Hello, First Christian Church. We're so looking forward to having you join us in the building this Sunday for worship services, Sunday, June 21st, and every Sunday thereafter. I am wearing my mask for the purposes of this video because we want to encourage everybody to wear their mask, but so that you can follow along better, I'm not going to wear the mask for this video, okay? But again, please wear your mask when you come to church. Again, I know that some folks really aren't convinced that the masks do a lot of good. There's all kinds of reports out there, but you know, others are convinced they do a lot of good as well. And just so for the sake of unity, for the sake of others, please wear your mask that Sunday. Our services are going to be at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. for those 65 and older. All others, we are welcoming at the 10:30 service. If you are 65 and over and you really want to go to the 10:30 service, you are more than welcome to attend that, but we're just limiting that first service to that age group. Okay, so here we are. You arrive on Sunday morning. The entrances to the Lafayette side of the building and to the 5th Street entrance, those entrances will be open. When you come in, we've got signs kind of guiding you in what to do. We've got arrows. We're asking you to enter on the right and you'll exit on the left. When you get here, if you have trouble with arrows don't make a lot of sense to you, then just follow the crowd. That's how we raised our kids. We told our kids, just do whatever the crowd is doing. You can't go wrong. Well, that's certainly true when it comes to going to church. So let's go inside and see what's next. We're going to walk through each of the steps so you can have a good idea of what to expect come Sunday morning. All right, so I'm going up the steps and I'm following the right arrow. So I'm going up the steps to go into the building for worship and to see my friends from church. And look, Ryan is here to greet me. I'm tempted to shake his hand, but then I remember social distancing. I want to go for a hug. Nope, social distancing. Well, how can I greet my friend Ryan? One option is to shake feet. So heel to toe, heel to toe. Now, not everybody may want to do that. We don't want anybody losing their balance going, down the steps, okay? So if you're not comfortable with that, you don't have to do it. Just say, hey, Ryan, thanks for wearing your mask. Ordinarily, I'd have my mask on too, but remember, for the purposes of the video, no mask. Well, now I'm free to go inside. Ryan's staying out of the way, so now I can go inside. So now I have arrived in the building and I am greeted by a welcoming station with a welcoming volunteer, portrayed for the purposes of our video by Nancy Lewis. Hi, Nancy. Look, Nancy's wearing her mask. Oh, that reminds me, I don't have my mask on. What if you forget your mask? Will you be shamed? Will you be run out of the building with people chasing you with pitchforks and torches? Not at all. We've got that covered. Nancy will provide you a mask that you can put on and take home with you. Thank you for the mask, Miss Nancy. And as I start to move along, I see, free sanitizer. Let's take full advantage of that. If it's free, it's for me. And so now I am germ-free. And as I'm moving along, I remember I have one of my little ones with me, but there's no children's Sunday school, children's activities, children's worship. They're going to be worshiping with us, which is great. But we recognize they might get a little distracted. So the church has thought of everything. They've got an activity bag for you to take inside with your little one, with some crayons and paper to draw on. We realize they won't need this the whole service because they're going to be so enchanted by this sermon. But anyway, in case they're not, you've got this. All right, let's go see what's happening inside. Well, here we are in the sanctuary. We are so ready to get to worship. We see the pews just over here within reach, but yet, wait, we have one more stop. To minimize the risk of spreading the virus, we are going to really cut back on the points of contact. So during these services, we will not be passing a communion tray. We will not be passing offering plates. So you can still give online or via text, or you can drop your offering into one of these offering boxes that will be provided. So I've got my offering and I'm dropping it into the box like so. There it goes. All right. So now we come to the communion table, and here Christy or another volunteer will be standing here to assist you to get your communion. We'll be continuing to serve the communion packs right here. You got a wafer on top, juice on the bottom. Just take as many as the people in your party require who are going to be worshiping with you. Don't take any more than that, because it's kind of like in the Old Testament with the Exodus. God provided enough manna to take care of that day, but if they took more, bad things happen. Not really. We're not going to smack your hand. If you need an extra one, go ahead. But when you have your communion, go ahead and set it in a purse or set it in the pew beside you instead of handling it during the service because it makes that crinkling noise like those little candies that are wrapped up in cellophane that people sometimes get out and try to be real quiet with and makes all kinds of noise. Just set it aside and we'll come to it during the service. They don't really make that much noise, but be ready. So pick up the communion right here. Well, here we are, finally in the sanctuary, eager to sit down and begin worshiping. But you'll notice that you just can't sit anywhere that you want. To maintain social distancing, we have marked off every other pew. And even in the pews that are open for you to be seated, we are only using a portion of those pews. We are asking that you and those worshiping with you, your family or your friends, that you would sit at one of the ends of the pew, not in the middle. So you come in, you sit down at the end of the pew, and you're thinking about the service to come, but all of a sudden you're overwhelmed with regret because you passed up that free sanitizer when you came in, and you're starting to feel a little dismayed. Well, don't be dismayed, because in the pews are these sanitizing kits that you can use before, during, or after the service, or even take one home with you if you would like. And so that's how we're going to do seating during the worship service. What? Oh, there's somebody sitting in the middle? You're right. How do we handle that? Could be kind of awkward. I hope this guest is gracious and respectful of our request to move to one of the ends. Let's find out what happens. Hello, sir. We are so grateful that you have come to worship today at First Christian Church. We're trying to maintain social distancing to minimize the risk of the spread of the virus. Could we ask you to move to one of the ends of the pew? Would you mind doing that, sir? Thank you, sir. That is so gracious. What a great reflection upon your love for Jesus and other people. Well, what a great time of worship. What a great day to be back together in the facility for a time of fellowship and singing and hearing God's Word together. But now the service has come to an end and it's time to leave. Well, unlike how we typically leave, we just get up and go, and we visit with our friends or others in the church or say hello to people we haven't met before. For the next few Sundays, we're going to have you remain seated until an usher asks you to stand up and to go ahead and leave the facility immediately so we can get in and sanitize and prepare for the next service. Well, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait for the usher to dismiss me.
Your turn, sir.
Haven't I seen this guy before? So as I'm making my way out of the facility, I want to stop by guest services and pick up one of the guest bags, either for somebody I invited to come to church with me who accepted the invitation, or maybe this is your first time here. Well, pick up one of these guest bags to take home. There will be some information about the church in there and some other goodies as well. We are asking that nobody congregate in this area because there won't be enough room for social distancing, but you can do that out on the sidewalk. So how do you keep from stopping to pick up your bag? Well, you just kind of slow down your gate and pick up the bag as you walk by. So let's try this.
Thank you, Nancy.
We want to thank you for checking out this video on what to expect on Sunday morning when you come to services. Remember, 9 o'clock is for those 65 and over, 10:30 is for all others. If you have any other questions or want more information, please email or call the church and we'll try to help you out as best we can, so that you're all set for Sunday morning. Let's give a big thanks to these actors and actresses who helped us out with this video. Didn't they do a marvelous job? Well, God bless you, and we'll see you Sunday.